Gang, happy Tuesday. All right, we are live, large and in charge, right? All right, let's see if we get a screen here. Make sure you guys can hear me. We'll check out all that first. So do all. Well, I can hear for sure, so that works. Mute on. That worked. All right, can you guys hear me and see me? Let's see if we get 2x4. All right, Adam, got Danny, Marie, Howard, Kimberly, Walter, Mama Shiner, healthy disrespect. It starts going too fast, and my eyes just can't do it. Close. All right, happy Tuesday night. We are to a fun night. I hope everybody's starting to get ready for Thanksgiving. I mean, we are what 9 days away, so we're just over a month and a week away from Christmas here at this point. So where 2025 go? So, all right. If everybody saw the news this evening, uh, this is kind of, I think it's going to be kind of funny, personally. The House this afternoon passed a bill to release the Epstein files. Everybody's been clamoring for years. It was what? It was like 472 to one, something like this. One Republican who voted against it. Dude, you know what that looks like? It looks like you're admitting you're on the list. He's like, oh, constitutionally and everything like that. No, okay, sorry. But so then it got sent over to the Senate, and they're like, well, if the Senate changes the bill and sends it back to the House, maybe it'll be up to Trump by the end of the week to sign. Senate came up and said, Bill, unanimous consent vote. Everybody said, yep. And that was it. It's done. So this is sitting on the Resolute desk right now, waiting to sign it. So we may get, we should, because Trump's already said, uh, release the Epstein files here in the next day or two. Who knows? Now, as fun as that all is, get ready for a huge nothing burger because y'all know as well as I do that there's going to be a whole bunch of redactions, that there's going to be black ink all over this place because it says in there, nothing that's classified. So they're going to say, oh, the fact that so and so's name is on there, that's classified. And so we're not going to get any information, which then, of course, will lead to the public screaming, cover up, cover up, cover up. And we'll just be nowhere further than we are now. But Congress will, we authorize to let out as much as we can, but I guarantee you we see and nothing we already know. And I've said before, I'll say again, I don't care whose name is on there, Republican, Democrat, Independent, whatever. If they're diddling around with little kids, male or female, and I'm talking about the Johns, not the kids, okay, I want them imprisoned. But I guarantee you we will not see a single purple one. You had the one guy today who was suggested that he was on the list or whatever it was. He's working for Harvard now. He's out of it. And he's like, well, I'm going to step away from public life because talking to Epstein obviously uh, was Stacey Plaskett, the representative from the U.S. Virgin Islands, is under investigation. Looks like she's going to be disciplined somehow by the House. She's a voting member of the House for the U.S. But apparently she was talking to Jeffrey Epstein right in the middle of all the Epstein hearings back when he was alive, chatting with him back and forth while the hearings were going on the committee. So, so that was the big thing that came out. So it's kind of fun. Other than that, I hope you guys watched this morning's video. I know a few of you said you were going to try to do it yourself. I will tell you this: 2 days in, and I feel it in my stomach muscles, and I feel it in the top thighs, big time. It's like, wow. Certainly I can't do the exercise as well as the instructor on the video, but okay, if I could feel it when I got up to come sit over here, it's like, yeah, I can still feel it. That means my muscles are coming. You haven't used me in a while. Look them back. So different muscles doing different things, but hey, it's what it is. So that's that. All right. The big excitement tonight, of course, is we are giving away a little better than $2,000 worth of generators. Two of them, the Afery P280 and the Blue 400. So these are what so I want to know what's I get numbers to what it's at, but it is what it is. Fun stuff. But yeah, we're going to do that. Give you a quick heads up before we get into it, just where the Christmas fund drive is, so you guys know. I've been checking the email or the mail every day. I haven't seen it in a few days. Uh, but as of today, we have had $2,032.50 come in. Still hoping we can get to 5 grand. So we're almost halfway there. We got about 2 weeks, but if you are in a position to donate to the Christmas Food Toy Drive, Animal Shelter Drive, either my, which is there in the description, or you can mail me a check payable to cash or send cash. That way I will get it put in the kitty, and then when we get close to the date where I can deliver everything, and I'll let you know what details are. Saw a couple of people saying something about the microphone. Uh, I'll try taking it out back in again. Right. That's back in. Sundrop, I don't care if you think it's bullshit. Leave if you don't like it. Okay. Because I didn't ask you to be here. I don't care if you are here. Yeah, you know what? I'll just take care of that one myself. Goodbye. Do. Remove. You're out of here. See ya. Okay. That's pretty simple. Yes, I got it, people. Don't need to tell me about the microphone. I already took care of it. I can try changing one other thing. Okay, so that's what it is. We'll hook out the USB plug and put it back in. All right, so hopefully that makes it better. We'll go from there. All right, and well, of course we've already got rid of one smartass tonight, so that's fine. You guys know that I have no patience for anything BS. Then goodbye. Simple. All right, so let's get into this drawing. And for the first one, which will be for the Afery P280, this is the one you had to put in your comment the state in which you live in and an obscure, non-traditional Thanksgiving food that you have. And I loved reading some of these descriptions of what some people. Some were okay, I could see that. Other of them were just like, that's out there. So it's fun. So we'll see what we got. So we're gonna flip over. We're gonna do the first one. When I pull this up, no more comments. The mods will tell you over and over and over again, no more comments. If you comment after that, you just get kicked off the channel, and that's it. You never get to comment. So that's how it works. I've been saying this for 3 years by now. It's a pain in the ass. I do it for me because I'm trying to figure out nearly 2,000 of you guys trying to watch for one game. So that's it. All right. I'm flipping over. At this point, guys, no more comments. Mods, please put it up. Let me get this screen share to the right one here. This is the XU one. So that should be this one. We will double check. That sure is. Okay. All right. Make sure the mods have no comments posted up all over the place so you guys see that. All right. Robert's got it up. Motimer, Bass Ackward, Prep Rebel, Robert Bates, Cat Lady, Storm Chasing Gal. If you haven't noticed, Storm Chasing Gal is a new moderator. So we've added another one to keep you guys from being too rowdy. All right. So I think that's enough. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different people that said no more comments, plus me telling you. I think we got it. All right. So let's go over to this. See how many we got. We do not include replies. Everybody gets one entry. That was way duplicates. So let's see how many entries we have. This one is for the Afery P280. Da, 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 da. 1,798 comments. And the potential winner is Nicole Goki 117. Here in Wisconsin with my Thanksgiving meal, I always have a grilled salmon fillet. Okay, that is a valid entry. Wisconsin, and we got grilled salmon. So we're looking for Nicole Goki. It's 8:11. So Nicole, you have until 8:14 to announce you are here. Of course, now we got the people who are getting tossed off the channel. Goodbye, Lori. Goodbye, Heather. All right. Looking for Goki. Nicole is here. There we go. All right. Nicole, congratulations. You are the winner of an African. Congratulations. So what I need you to do is email me, preferably tonight, to the email address that's in the description, pinballpreparedness at mail2world.com. I need your name, physical mailing address, no P.O. box, and your phone number. Send that to me, and that one goes. All right. Second drawing. And let me change screens here. So let's get rid of that one. Okay. My smiling face back up here. And then we are going to go to share the other screen. All right. So still, guys, no comments. Moderators, obviously, you have to remind people because that's how we people miss. So please put it up again. And we will go to the second one, which is the XK, correct? That one. All right. Yes, that happened. Okay, so for the second one, which is the Blue Eddy 11, or I'm sorry, Elite 400, this one you need to enter your the state in which you live in and your favorite flavor of Jello. Don't ask me where I come up with this. This is not this. Okay. So, all right. So Blue Eddy Elite 400 looking for a state and a oh, back over to random comment picker. See how many entries we have for this one. Again, no replies, primary comments only, duplicates, and this we go. Let's stop at 700. Do 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 do. This one's a big one. I think this one's retailing for on sale for $1,500. So yeah, you guys saw this. This one's a nice deal. 1,981 comments, and the potential winner is drum roll, please. Hillary Benfield 3016. Hello from Central Pennsylvania. Lime Jello is go. That is a valid entry. So Hillary Benfield, it is now 8:15. You have until 8:18 to tell her. So we are looking for Hillary Benfield. Like I said, guys, do not because if Hillary's not here, we gotta go again. That's happened many, many times. You know that. So we're looking for Hillary Benfield. Hillary has till 8:18. Tick tock, you're on the clock. Feel bad for somebody that, oh, I forgot, or oh, I was stuck in traffic, and they watch the live stream. No, oh, crap. It's like I would have won, but I didn't. We had it happen one time where somebody replied like at 5 minutes, and it was like, sorry, 3 minutes. That's always been the case. And they didn't argue; they understood. You know, it never makes me feel good when somebody finds later that they missed it. Whatever. Phone dies, their internet dies, they got stuck in traffic, stuck at work, forgot about the live stream. It happens. All right, Hillary, you're down under 2 minutes. And for Hillary Benfield. It's not this long. My optimism starts drying up. And the funny part is, I got a surprise on this one too. There's more to this than just the Blue Eddy. How about that? Do 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 do. Hillary, you're down to 1 minute. All right, you're waiting. I don't know if it's raining up in Pennsylvania. I hope your internet went out. I was kind of worried this morning. I said, "What's it? What it is?" I don't know if you guys all saw it this morning. Like the internet for like half the world was down. I mean, investment companies, Twitter, uh, Amazon Web Services, all sorts of stuff was down because Cloudflare was down, and it was like the world was freaking out. Like, oh crap! Don't tell me I got another virus on my computer. No, Hillary, you're down to the final seconds. And all right, moving back along, we will try this again. I'm sorry, Hillary. Okay, we are going to pick another winner, and this is Royal Lioness 2. I'm in Southwest Arkansas. I enjoy strawberry jello with sliced bananas. I thought it said sliced tomatoes at second. Second, that was helpful. Royal Lioness, that is a valid entry. I know you've been on this channel forever. Never be here. Let me get to the screen so I can see. Royal Lioness, it is just about 8:19, so you have till 8:22 for Royal Lioness. Where dost you be? There she is. All right, congratulations. You are the proud new of a Blue Eddy. And I'm going to give you this one. Let me screen. Let me stop talking about. Okay. And I am throwing it brand new Blue 10. This is a little 200 generator. This is one of those that I say is great for running your security cameras or backup for your modem. That. That's what I use mine. It's perfect. The power goes out. You ever had the power flicker off and then it takes 10 minutes for your modem to reset? You're in the middle of something. Crap, I just lost everything. Great security cameras. This one is not coming out for another week or 10 days or something. And I'll show you. It's full blown video. I mean, It's this big. But I had one to give away, and rather than do a giveaway for something $1,600, I figured I'd 2,400 prize bigger. So while you just won a big generator and a tiny generator, so congratulations on that. I will need you to as well email your name, address, physical, and phone number. And if you get those to me tonight, I will take them to UPS in the morning hours and get this stuff shipped out to you. So, congratulations, both of you. There were boxes from my living room that have been sitting here for a couple of weeks. There you go. Something to put under the Christmas tree. There you go. All right. And then, of course, no, next week is what? Next week. Next week we probably have. I won't give you the details on what it is. Probably the physically biggest prize I've ever had will be next Tuesday, and then following Thanksgiving, that's when we get into trivia, guys. So I hope you guys have been paying attention to videos because I've given you the answers to the trivia questions, and they're gonna be fun. So we'll see how what your attention span is. All right, so that's the end of that part. I probably too bad 21. We actually need better time. Kind of helps when we have winners that are here. So let's get into Q&A. As per normal, if you've got questions for me, put them in all caps. Just makes it a whole lot easier to go through the chat and find out what's directed to me versus what you guys are talking about amongst yourselves. And you guys know I wholeheartedly endorse you guys to talk to each other. That's the reason why I put the live stream up a couple hours early so you can fraternize, socialize, do whatever you want to talk about. The only rule, and we had one person learn it earlier today, you're going to put up with any bullshit here. All right. You're going to be polite. You're going to be respectful. You're going to be nice to me and to everybody else in the chat room. If you don't, you go bye bye. You don't ever come back. That's how it works. Right? We are here to help each other, to insult each other, not to bitch and moan and cry. You want to bitch and moan and cry, go find some liberal channel. That's all we do. All right, let us get to questions. There's a whole boatload of congratulations. We'll start after that. Healthy disrespect. Am I doing stretching before and after the new routine? We need more over 50. The routine, most of what it is stretching exercises anyway. As I told Mrs. P when we were doing it today, uh, today's routine was pretty much all the stretching exercises that we used to do in the army before we went out on a run. And so it's it's not necessarily having to do stretching. That's what it is. It's not yoga or but when I'm doing bicycle kicks and mountain climbers, scissor kicks and sit ups and stuff like that, basically what I'm doing is stretching, working all those muscles. And then when you're doing, God, I forget what they were called. Somebody's going to remember this. I can't remember what they were called. But you squat, touch the ground, jump up, come back down, squat. That I can't remember what it's called. But I mean, again, they're basically all sorts of stretching exercises. One we had, I think, was 13 minutes long. And trust me, it's a workout. We were both sweating like crazy when we were done. So both of us can feel it. So yeah, it's not, oh, gee, look at anything done. We would, he said, if we'd have gone, if it would have been a half an hour workout, we'd have both been dead. So, yes, but I, I know something's working when I can feel it. And I don't expect to see results. We'll see what I see in 2 months. Uh, thanks, YouTube. Sheets at the bottom, right from the beginning. Where are we? It was conserve friends. I'm going to get the opportunity. Where are you? I'm trying. Sir friends, if our currency had to be reset, do you think the government would ban gold again, or is it too widely held this time? Uh, if they were smart, what they would do is actually put us back on the gold standard. I I don't honestly, my like again, opinions are like I agree with you. It's too widely held because back in the 30s, it was the rich that were owning gold when they messed around with everything. Even in the 70s, when we went off the gold standard, it still wasn't the middle class that owned it. It was still now you have a lot of people that own gold, and not only just gold bars. Think of all the gold jewelry, that's out there. Wedding ring. They're going to confiscate your wedding ring? Come on, it's gold. If you wanted to, you go melt it down. You see all these things, on sell your gold when you take your gold to, any of these infomercial places or pawn shops or whatever it is. Sure, maybe some of it they keep to put on display case. A lot of it just gets melted down. If they're not making new jewelry out of it, like what's gold bar or whatever. And so, yeah, I think if we reset the currency, gold would probably be left alone. So that's my interpretation of it. Else is a different one. That's cool, but that's my guess. So, uh, what are my favorite foods by Mrs. P? Okay, her cream and chip chicken soup is to die for. I know a bunch of you guys have made it because we posted that recipe a couple of years ago up here. There's all, in case you guys don't know, there's Cooking with Mrs. P, which is a bunch of recipes she's brought over from Russia. Know how to make real borscht. There you go, or beef stroganoff, real beef stroganoff, not beef hamburger helper crap. Here, yeah, you can go look at that. Her cream of chicken soup is to die for. Uh, and then she made something tonight we haven't had in a couple of years. It's actually real good. It's real cheap too. Uh, most of you guys are like this. You can get a pork loin for inexpensive, and so she cuts these pork, pounds them out, gets, and it almost makes it like a lasagna. We got a layer of sautéed onions, then some cheddar cheese, then pork chop, sautéed onions, cheddar cheese, pork chop, sautéed onions, cheddar cheese, and bakes that. It is so good. I kid you not. It's simple. It's a little bit of work, but it's so good. I mean, if I had to pick a couple of things, she actually makes. I mean, I love smoked fish and stuff like that too, but far and away, her cream of chickens. Told her many times. I said, the old Seinfeld episode with Nazi chicken soup been the first one on every day. Uh, Gwen T, if you win, how long before you can enter another giveaway? I don't check. I mean, again, we had what 17, 1800. Uh, I ask you guys to be at your best behavior and give somebody else a chance. We've given away what I say probably 150 prizes since the channel's been going. So I mean, if we've hit 10% of the people that I mean, we used to be at where we had 3,000 people watching on Tuesday night. I guess it's boring people more, but I I don't keep track of it. I just kind of ask people now for the trivia questions that will start after Thanksgiving, that you're only allowed to win one prize. Okay, that's for sure. But if somebody who won a generator back in July wins a trivia contest, that's fine with me. Other than if you want to, you know, wait a year or something like that. But I'm going to check. So, Laura Stories. What is my unusual Thanksgiving food? What's my unusual? Well, in the video, I kind of told you the unusual thing we have with turkey is sauerkraut, which is different. I will give it to you, but yeah, sour. So, oh yeah, I know I talked about this last year, and somebody said, "Oh, you can get them here, get them there." Shit, the company in Chicago, it's now out of business, so I can't even get them anymore. But the typical Thanksgiving plate here is turkey, my homemade stuffing, which is an old world recipe. It's God knows how many generations old. For it used to be duck stuffing, now it's turkey. Uh, sweet potatoes, green bean casserole, pop. That's missing. I think that's yeah. Don't do mashed potatoes. It's too many starches. Uh, Mrs. P doesn't like Jello, so that used to be the well, Mrs. P needs to do Jello, and I'm not going to make a Jello mold just for me. But to ask what my favorite Jello is cherry Jello. Bar cherry Jello. Give me that. Meemaw Prepper. Will I get to see PBJ over Thanksgiving? I haven't seen PBJ for Thanksgiving 17, 18 years since I lived in Indiana. When I was out east, there was an airplane flight. When I was living out west, it was an airplane flight. Even here, it's an 8-hour drive. She does Thanksgiving with her mom and that side of the family, and that's cool. I mean, she does. I don't even argue about Christmas. They do Christmas there, and then she comes here to do Christmas. That's no around New Year's when she comes in, so it kind of ties in with Russian tradition of opening gifts. New Year's Eve ties in with when going here, and so we just kind of go with it that way. Uh, as much as I'd like to, I don't. But I'm not one of these parents that is bitchy. You ask this person's house, and you can do it at this. I don't want to put stress on the holidays. When you get here, to see you. It's not. Yes, I understand. For religious reasons, Christmas is on a specific day. For gift giving reasons, the commercial reasons, Christmas is whatever day you can get. That's kind of my. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, but it works for me. Gutter clam. Everyone's obsessed with my hair trim. Did the missus do it? No, there's actually a old school barber in town here. It's the one behind the marathon station up on the south side of New but this is old school barber. The straight razor, he's been cutting hair in there probably for 50 years. He can tell you more stories about what's going on around here. Uh, it's kind of like walking into Floyd's barber shop. And I love going in there because it's usually 4 or 5 guys. Usually everybody's older than me, so it's nice to hear all the stories. I've only been 6.5 years, so I don't know everything. So I hear they're talking about, and they'll get in. Everybody's very conservative, but that's area. So if the story's on politics, this time when we were in there, one guy was talking about who he was. So we were talking about dogs for a while. It was, it's joy. And then to top it off, he charges like $12 for haircut. So I'll throw him $20. He's like, I'll get you change. I'm like, don't worry about it. I'm thinking to myself, that's cheaper than if I do supercuts for a tip, And I enjoy myself when I go in. So, no, I had a good time, got a haircut, keep it, we're good, you know? Uh, Staytime 85. The potatoes that got frozen in the dirt be so much bad. I don't know. I've never done it. I mean, I can't. Yeah, I think that once they got frozen, they're going to be all mushy and they're going to start rotting in the ground right there. My gut says no, but I'm going to tell you flat out, I can't be certain. Go with somebody else who knows. Miss Taylor 406, did I grow carrots this year? Nothing about that. I've tried it. I don't know. Different locations, different soils, different types of carrots, different what. There's something I can't grow. It's carrots. I'll go next year, right? And I get the greenery to come up, and it never gets super bushy. That there's a problem. I always get an inch long and the diameter of a pencil. And I'm like, okay, I cut them off. I throw them to the dogs. And that's Member Barry, how do I feel about inflation being so bad? The pennies now discontinued long before the nickel and dime follow. I'm surprised it took this long. Uh, and I mean, we've done many videos, a lot recently about dollars, the 50s, the 70s, what things cost, and it doesn't surprise me. The question comes up: this is going to be the interesting. Are they going to take? Eventually, pennies will end up out of circulation. Okay? You're not making any more now, but it's not like the banks are taking all the pennies and taking them out of circulation. So, what's going to happen when your bill is $6.97? Are they going to give you a nickel? And what happens when your bill is $6.98? Are they going to tell you that they get to keep 2 cents? So how's that work? That's interesting. But in the same respect, the percentage of transactions that are done electronically, whether it's your debit card or your credit card or whatever, even writing a check, those can still go in pennies. So then how does that work? Go put $6.97 on your credit card. They present it to the bank. How does the bank credit them? Again, it's one of these things where I don't think they thought out this whole process before doing it. I get that it costs 3 cents to make a penny, right? That's stupid in itself, but you got to have a solution for it. The fear I have is this is the first step toward digital currency, and that we're going to take out the penny first, see how everybody deals with it. And like you said, the nickel follows, then the dime follows, then the quarter follows, then the dollar follows. Okay, the only way you're paying money is digital. That's my fear. SpaghettiOs. I wonder if we'll ever see Mayorkas arrested. That would be the top of the list for me. Obama would be the top of the list for me. Mayorkas is pretty close. Yeah, there's a whole lot of uber corrupt people that need put away. James Comey, Letitia James, Schiff. There's a whole bunch of real crooked ones. Some of them getting investigated, you know, but again, you got to remember Washington's still a who you know game, and I forget what TV show this was years ago, but I remember a scene in it. This is now you got the game. Now you got something to hold over somebody's head. Oh, you take me down, I'm taking you. Remember Hillary's great comment: if they come after her, she's taking half of Washington with her, and everybody's like, "Challenge accepted. We're good with that. Go for it." Uh, I mean, Washington's. I mean, the swamp in Washington makes the rivers in India look clean. Yeah. Uh, Gobi Farrar. I picked three 13-pound turkeys today for under 7 cents each Publix. That's barely over 50 cents a pound. That's good. Like I told you guys, I got. Oh yeah, I'll give you a couple ones. So we got our turkey Monday, last Monday, our anniversary, because we were in town. So we got it for 99 cents. I was at Food City today. I saw they had them for 96 cents. So you're getting it for 50. You're doing good, or 55. This will kill you. And somebody earlier asked about potatoes. So I'm walking along today, and I see potatoes. $8 for an 8-pound bag of potatoes. I'm like, damn, I'm glad I grow potatoes. It's a freaking potato. You're talking $1 a pound. I mean, I was like, and this was Yukon Gold or something. This was russet potatoes. Crazy. Uh, Von Mousetrap. I've seen memes like this. Is TDS covered by the Affordable Care Act? Yeah. Rock, do you think that Epstein was an intelligence asset? No, not at all. Because if he was, this first off, this data would have been out a long time ago. And if, yeah, I know that operations can sometimes really skirt the laws as to what they're doing on the inside side of things. I never got that part of my career where I was doing anything like that, covert or anything. So no, I don't have to worry about skeletons in my closet. But I I would be absolutely dumbfounded if pedophilia was a intelligence gathering tactic. So yeah, I gotta say no. Just my morals tell me no. But again, we go back to this is the government. Kevin Little, my guitar amplifier used to do what your mic does. I sprayed some WD-40 contact cleaner and plugs off the issue. I don't know if I want to spray WD-40 into my computer. That probably would be a good idea. At least if we take it out and put it back in, I don't see anybody think there's any problem since we were early on. So that's good. Uh, HK's videos, burpees, not fun. The only thing I see burpees that might be the seed company, so I'm not sure what we're. Adam Hoffman, gentle aquafit pond. Again, I have no. Okay, once you guys are into that burpee stuff there. Oh, we shot to the bottom. That's why I was like, how the hell? Hang on, I gotta find where we were. Okay, there was the question. There was the turkeys, the fire. Okay, prepping means we need a. This ain't happening. We need a Mr. and Mrs. P work out the pups. We'll do it along with you. No way in hell. No, not happening. Patrick Lake, what are my thoughts on Marjorie Taylor Greene? Congratulations to has changed. Uh, she has, she's always attention, uh, no question. She's had good, but I've never really there. Looks like Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham's had good points, but he's a snake in the grass. Marjorie Taylor Greene is an attention whore. And when all of a sudden she wasn't getting her way, when you start running around and saying, I'm going to go on The View, I'm going to go on CNN, I'm going to go, and then start preaching about Trump there, you just give up all hope. the thing, well, she was gonna run for governor, she was gonna run for senator, right? And Trump told her, "No, don't." Supposedly, that had nothing to do with it. But now the interesting part that comes out, she's been what, in Washington for what, 4 years, I think? Okay. Now she owns a construction company that hires a bunch of illegals, first off. So this was why she had a big with immigration stuff that Trump's got going on. This was where everything started. But it's amazing how her net worth in those 4 years has gone from $750,000 to 25 million. I'm like, what were you interning at the Nancy Pelosi School of Stock Trading? You know, it's like, I wonder what's going on. So my guess is Georgia brooms her next year. Uh, and but Georgia's had a real interesting poor in quality conservative candidate. I mean, Brian Kemp was trained. Uh, I mean, we ran Herschel Walker last time. I'm like, really? This thing we got as a football player? Name recognition. Okay, I'll give you that, but that's I don't want to see Michael Jordan in Congress either. Yeah, just because you're good at sports doesn't mean you're good at reading laws. Georgia needs to be fixed and fast. Georgia's on a flip, but not because there's more Democrats. It's because the candidates that the Republicans are putting up are so crap that the independents are going to go, okay, the Democrats suck, but oh my God, the Republicans are putting up more. Lesser of two evils is what Georgia's turning to. Tug Hill, do it every day, make every other day to give your muscles time to recover. Uh, exercise. The way I've got it doing this is kind of like how you would typically do a workout. You know, there's tomorrow. I think tomorrow we haven't done anything on arms yet. It's all been core and legs. Tomorrow is arm day, and so it's arm circles and stretches and that sort of stuff, and give our legs time to relax. The core, there's going to be some core work out there too. I mean, you have to. You can't work out without working out your core. I mean, everything attaches to the metal. So, but again, it's high intensity, but it's not kill yourself high intensity. It's 15 minutes. And I mean, Mrs. P and I are doing it at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. It's like, all right, I made my video. I'll go do my exercises. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. You know, do whatever. At this point, I'm looking to see what's going on at the markets and paying attention to other things, making our plans for the day, post office. Yeah, okay, but not like call the stretcher, call 911. But I can feel it. Uh, Sword 5,000. Had a friend went to Tennessee to buy ivermectin, and pharmacy said no, they're following the federal guidelines, not state. That's interesting. Uh, okay. I mean, my answer would be okay. I will make sure that I let everybody know that you guys are not following state law and see how it goes for your business, and then I'll go down the street to the next place. I mean, there's a store down on the way. It's in which is the town I have to get through to get to, and they've got a for sale sign out front that says we have ivermectin. You know, that's it. Tennessee is one of only a couple of states selling over the counter. And I know there was somebody about a year ago who asked me if I could send them because you can buy it here. And so I did a little check on it. It was like if I would have asked for ivermectin and sent it to them, I'd be charged with federal drug trafficking charges. I'm like, nope, not happening. So, yeah. Fortunately, I looked into that, see if I could do it legally, and I stayed out of jail. Wanda Anthony squat thrusts. That's another one that we do. Yes. Uh, those I mean, those are wow. It's funny. A lot of these I remember from 40 years ago. Being 20 years old was different too. I remember being real lazy. North Alabama hiking. You mentioned this morning about doing exercises. I myself started back running about a month ago. I'm in shape. Shit hits the fan. I need to be able to move fast and have stamina to do so. Great. And that's part of what we're doing. As I said this morning in it, uh, the things that we have is your cardio. And, I already know because I've done this in the past. You want good cardio work in your house? You live in a go walk up and down your stairs 10 or 15 times. Do that. You want cardio? There's your stair stepper. That doesn't cost you a couple of $1,000. How you feel after looking up and down your stairs. Hit every stair. Skip it. Boom, boom, boom. 13 stairs up, 13 stairs down. Around, do it again. You'll, there's your cardio work real fast. It sounds easy. It ain't. But as I said this morning, it gets cold out. Talking about running. You're down an hour. Okay. But if you're having the weather we are, it's in the 30s in the morning, you know, and that's not good weather to be running for your lungs. You know, when you finish, you sound like you're going to cough up a lung. Well, I don't smoke. It's that cold lungs is not good. So sometimes the cardio, the running stuff that you can do in the house, where it's a little warmer, is actually a lot better. Uh, uh, do, do. Kathleen Pettit, how much, okay, this is a very speculative question. How much silver should one person have to feel comfortable? Um, I guess I mean, you can't say, gee, you should have 100 ounces or 1,000 ounces or I'd say have the equivalent of 6 months worth of income. Okay. So you're going to have 6 months worth of bills in cash. Let's say bills are $2,000 a month. You get $12,000 in cash. You make 40,000 a year. You're going to have $20,000 worth of silver. So at the prices we are at now, $20,000 silver, ounces, thereabouts. You know, there is no real answer for that. I just we have a chaotic situation other than it being world destruction. How are you to get through? All right, if unless we go into what would be 6 months worth of cash should cover you for any job loss or anything like that. So you should be covered on something like that. Then you talk about all right, if it's longer than after you burn through the 6 months of cash, I've got 6 months worth of my salary in silver. All right, that may last me 9 months worth of paying bills. Now we're talking, a year and a quarter on just the liquid assets, just to keep us going. Hope some things have changed by then. You know, you've got a different job, maybe, the world's gone totally tits up, then who cares about money? But it it's all about protecting yourself for the future and diversification. No, I'm never going to tell everybody to put everything in cash in the mattress. No, I'm never going to tell everybody to put everything in gold and silver or tell everybody to put it in stocks or CDs. Or, you got to have a little each. Something's going to go down, something's going to go up. You know, and and the reason gold and silver is good is it's an appreciating asset, unlike money that you can hold physically, unlike stocks, CDs. Those are you're holding that piece of paper. We're going to go. But I've got 1,000 shares of Microsoft. Okay, he's got 4 ounces of silver. You know, so that's my there. Uh, Old Biscuit. Think Obama's going to jail? No. Wish he was. Yes. Should he? Absolutely. Jay Tharp. What is Mrs. P's special dish she makes for Thanksgiving? Curious. Nothing. I cook Thanksgiving dinner. Thanksgiving. Yeah, they don't have Thanksgiving in Russia. So it's not a tradition. It's not like she's going, oh, here's our traditional Thanksgiving. They don't have Thanksgiving. It's an American holiday. So, the traditional dinner is us. And so I make the most special dishes, like I said, stuff. And I've given you guys the recipe and stuff like that. Some of you said it is still the best I've ever had. Squat. Uh, okay. Uh, Live cats, I think. How should one vet a company who sells silver? I have no clue where to begin. Okay, this is where the internet can be your friend. Just like you're going to look up, hey, is this restaurant any good or whatever? You can look up reviews in your local coin shop, see what people say if they give you deals, bad deals, whatever. Uh, Give the names of reputable online uh, bullion dealers that I use because it's the same place that the coin shop's buying their silver from, and then they're adding their markup on it. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of the middleman, go straight to wholesale. Uh, so SD Bullion, JM Bullion, FX, Money Metals, all those are good ones. Buying online, I've bought a lot of precious metals from over the years. And I've never had a problem at all. Not with shipping, not with money, not with certainly with uh, so any of those, I find you're going to get it cheaper than the local dealers 99% of the time. Uh, but you're gonna what you need to do more or less than anything else is to be a educated consumer. You need to know what. Let's say you're going to go to the store and you want to buy spot metal. You want to buy silver today. What's spot price on silver? Oh, it's $49.54. Okay, what's your markup? Oh, we charge 10%. So you're charging $4.94 on top of spot. And he goes, yeah. So the guy up the street's charging 3%. The guy up the street, you know, it's you got to go in as educated and start understanding what spot price is, what uh, markups are, what premiums are, and then start comparison shopping like you do with everything else. 8:58. Time for one. Uh, Broken Dolly. Remember the movie Major Pain? Not a good movie. Told the kids in boot camp if you feel pain, you're still alive. Yeah, I went there. What the hell it was, I can't remember the name. Played it, but it's not a very good portrayal of a military movie by any means. Yeah, you can feel pain yourself alive. This all right. Last one, Kelly Frazier. Wonder if the problems we're having have to do with Restream. Salty Cracker was having problems with switch streaming services. We had the same problem with StreamYard. That's why I started using Restream. The biggest thing that pisses me off is that YouTube decided they wanted everybody to do their live streams in vertical format because they wanted everybody to do shorts. And so I used to do my live streams all the time. They worked out perfect. Never had an issue because I can use the same microphone that I use for video. Never had an issue. And YouTube said, no, everybody's going to do it here. So, of course, that pisses everybody off. And so we all have third party providers. All right. That is it for Tuesday night, guys. Have a good evening. We will see you in the morning. Stay dry. It's more rain here. Have a good one. All out.